This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2021 Catalina Legacy Edition model 333RETSLE. Okay. I'm on the door side of the trailer, walking towards the rear. Your regular scissor type stabilizer jacks. Door side slide out. Now your stairs fold right into the trailer. You just got to make sure that you have the door all the way open, and you can also adjust the legs independently for the terrain once you're at the campsite. You have power and video or antenna out. Outside speakers, a power awning. Okay. Alright, so you have a power tongue jack, two LP tanks that are full, deep cycle marine battery. Okay, and let me just look around here, make sure I'm getting everything. Yes, okay. This is the outside of your water heater here. Keep in mind that there's to run it on electricity, there's a switch right here. Let's see if we can see it right here. This switch controls the heating element that's behind this cover here. So you have to once you're plugged in, you have to turn this on right there. Always make sure there's water in the water heater tank before you turn on the power. This one also runs off gas, LP gas. So hook up your city water, turn on the hot water valve in, let's say, the kitchen sink, and just let it run till nothing but solid water comes out. You know, at first it's going to be, if the tank's empty, first you're going to be getting air, then a mixture of air and water. Once it gets full, it'll come out in a solid stream. That's when you know that your water heater tank is full. Okay, so you have this one has two gray tanks and a black tank. The gray tanks are sink and shower water. This one right here is going to be the galley, I believe the galley tank, which is sometimes called the galley tank, sometimes it's called gray tank number 2. But this other gray one here is the sink and shower gray, right? And then the one back here is the black, which is toilet water and waste. So once you hook your hose up here and hook the other end in the dump station, you're going to pull the black one first. Then after it dumps, you're going to pull each gray one, just because the gray water is cleaner than the black water, so it helps wash it off. Now, keep in mind that you can hook the, right here if you read the sticker here, you can hook the hose from the dump station right on here, turn it on, and it'll flush the inside of your black tank out. And you have to open the valve like it says on that sticker there. Make sure the valve's open, then turn it on, and it'll just spray the inside and clean it out really well. Alright, this is your city water connection. This is the most common way to get water to the trailer. You just screw the hose on at your campsite, turn it on, and you're all set. Now if you're at a campsite that does not have plumbing on the campsites, or a campground that does not have plumbing on the campsites, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank right here. And you can carry onboard water, and there's also a water pump that you can use to pump the water. So even if you don't have city water where you're camping, if you fill the tank, you'll always you can operate all the plumbing just like you've got city water. If you're using one, you don't need the other, so keep that in mind. Unless you don't put water in the water tank unless you are going to a campground without plumbing. Okay. This is just a shower. Cable and satellite through. This is just the vent for your furnace. Make up air and vent. This is your cord. You've got a 50 amp system, which is the big one. Most are 30, but you can see we give you the adapters to adapt them down to 30 or 15 or whatever you need to do. Alright, so when we look up, we see that this is pre-wired for a backup camera right there. So if you ever want to do that, it takes a Furion camera. You get the one that fits in that housing, okay? But it will allow you to turn it on when you're backing up, or leave it on when you're going down the road for that matter. Also, you must go up and inspect your roof or have somebody else do it every 90 days or so. So every 90 days, once in the spring, middle of summer, once in the fall, you're going to go up there and or have someone else go up there and look around, check all the sealant and the any kind of adhesive, it's a sealant or caulk, or make sure that there's no damage to any of the vent covers or the roof membrane, things like that. You're just going to inspect it to make sure. If you do see something wrong with it, then you get it taken care of immediately. Very important. Okay, so let's go inside. Okay, see if we can get some light here. Wipe my feet off. Okay, so this is your control panel. There's the lights. The front slide room. Let me get all this straight here. So you got 3 slide rooms, I believe, right? Yes. So this button here is just for the front slide room, the bedroom slide. Then you have slide out 1 and 2, which are the 2 main living slides. And then this is for your power awning here. So you extend or retract the awning, always check and make sure you got enough room to extend it. And most importantly, you never leave it unattended, out unattended. So if it's extended and you're going to go away, go into town or whatever you're going to do, make sure you roll it in, and so because the weather can change quickly and do damage to it. So you want to make sure that you keep it in when you're not around. These are just lights, as I stated. To light, I showed you how to start the electric water heater element by that switch outside in the lower left corner of the water heater. This is how you light it on gas right here. Okay. Your water pump that I told you about is right there. Alright, so fresh water you can see is empty. If it was full, it will graduate up in 1/3 increments. Battery's charged. Black tank number 1 is empty. You only have 1 black tank in this one, so you don't pay attention to black tank number 2. Gray 1 and gray 2 are both empty. Like I said, they go up 1/3 increments. So once you get past 2/3, you're going to have to consider when you're going to dump the gray and the black tank. So keep that in mind anyway. Okay, let's see here. What else have we got? Your thermostat is just an analog thermostat. It's pretty typical. It's off now, of course. Always try to keep it on auto. And this is heat. And that is the cool. That's the air conditioner running. And fan is just the air conditioner running without the compressor. It just circulates air. Okay. And then back to off. Okay, and of course that's your thermostat there to select the temperature. Alrighty. Okay, so you have a microwave. You have a range hood and with a fan and a light. Okay, your stovetop. Basically, you have to turn your gas on at the front, of course, but then you're just going to put this to light and then spark it, like so. That's all you do. There's a knob for each burner, of course. You turn this clockwise to spark it, this one on the end. Then, for the oven, there's down all the way to the bottom here is a pilot light. You can see how I just sparked it there, way back there. So what you do is you go to the farthest right, the knob to the far. Let me try this again. The knob all the way to the end on the right. Gosh, there's a long way to go to say that. You go to light, which is just a picture of the flame, and then you depress it. Then you're going to spark it right here, keeping an eye on the flame. Once the flame lights, you still hold this for another 10 seconds or so to heat it up. Then you go to operating temperature. What's the other way to operating temperature? And you can it'll cycle on and off like an oven does, but when you shut it off, the flame goes out, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you light the oven. Well, that was a long way to go. Okay. Let me see here what we're dealing with here. Okay, The refrigerator is a regular compressor type refrigerator. And this, I've never seen this before in my life, so bear with me. This Furrion refrigerator is the first time I've seen one. So, but this is actually a switchboard. Okay, I don't know if you can hear that come on or not, but so you could actually shut it on and off. Okay. Your couch, you pull these cushions off, grab it by the front of the cushion and fold it out, and then fold it back down, and it's a 3-paneled hide-a-bed, all foam, which is it's a nice one. Also, you this item here, this device here is called a power converter. So what it does is converts 110 AC to 12 volt DC. So on this side you got regular 110 AC fuses just like you would at home, and they're all labeled, right? So that handles the appliances that run on 110 AC. And then the power is converted to 12 volt DC over here. You can see you've got all 12 volt fuses here, and they're labeled. So that gives power to all the DC appliances. Everything that can run on DC in a trailer does. And some things have to be AC, like the fireplace, right? The air conditioner, things like that. But lighting, pumps, things like that are all 12 volt. So you got a mixture. Alright, so also if these ever blow, these fuses, they'll actually light up and you can see them glowing through this tinted plastic here. So you'll know. Also, this, when you're plugged in at the campground or any place else, this will keep your battery up front charged. And so eventually, let me see here. Yeah, so this type here is a tender, so it'll just send what it needs up there. If the battery is really low, it could send 10 amps up there to charge it. If it's almost totally charged, it'll just trickle a couple. So it's kind of smart in that case. Okay. So this is your fireplace here. You see it's flashing H, which is high. That's the fan speed. You can change it to off, low, or high. High obviously just blows more air out. It's a space heater. Plus you can adjust the appearance of the flame. There's a timer. You can set the temperature, so there's a lot you can do with it. There's a remote for it. There's also a remote for this radio and this TV in here. The TV, or let's say the radio, because the TV you just turn on. The radio, you can play discs, CDs or DVDs. You can put a USB drive in there and stream off of that. You can hook up with Bluetooth from your phone or tablet and play it, stream through that. So there's a lot of things you can do. It's pretty current in that sense. You got 2 speaker zones. One is inside the trailer, 2 is outside. So it does everything you need to do and more. Obviously, this works just like a DVD player. You plug in the DVD and it plays on the TV set, just like you'd imagine. Alrighty, so 2 theater seats, of course. I think I pretty much got it here. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector here. It should always be green like it is. If not, you get it serviced. You can set it off to test it. Goes through 2 self-tests. That was 1. 2. So it tests for carbon monoxide and LP gas. Also, if it makes that beeping sound and is very, very slow, it's telling you your battery's low. So it does 3 things actually. Okay. Alright, let's see here. So, let me just look around. Of course, your smoke detector is separate from your LP and carbon monoxide detector. It's just got a regular home style one. Okay, so I think we've got it all. Let me just walk through the trailer here. Okay. The toilet, if you haven't owned a trailer before, you have to keep in mind that it can't be used dry. So there's a pedal on this one right here. If you push on it, that's just residual pressure, and that's antifreeze. It's winterized right now. But straight down there is the black tank. Right? So after you get to the campground, you back in, you hook up your power and your water. Then you're going to come in here and stand on that pedal and just stand on it and put a gallon or 2 of water in the tank. And then it's ready to be used. But you never use it dry because, well, if you do it once, you won't do it again. So always put a gallon or two of water. It doesn't have to be exact by any means. Just some water. Okay, let's see here. You get another fireplace up here, and you can hang a TV here if you choose to. It's got the stuff here, the coax here and the power there. Alright, that's nice. Nice storage up in the nose. This is pre-wired for a washing machine and dryer. Now, one thing I want to tell you, it doesn't come with a cap for these. They're just these plastic caps with a built-in rubber washer. I don't think well, any hardware store, any big box store would have one. I would put a cap on each one of these if you're not going to use it, just so some kid doesn't come along and turn it on, because water will just come gushing out of there. Just so you know that I believe you should put a cap on each one. Also, this is a vent stack for it here. Just that's all. Okay. Drain stack. All right. So okay. This one does have two air conditioners, of course. You got another thermostat right there. So I would say the heat is all run on the front thermostat, but you can operate the fan and the air conditioner separately in this room with this thermostat. Okay. All right. So now I think I've got it. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit, and remember what I said about inspecting the roof or have someone do it. That's as responsibilities for a trailer owner go. That's the most important one. You always want to inspect that roof, no matter who made the trailer. They're all the same that way. So make sure you take care of that. And the trailer is winterized right now, so it's got to be de-winterized before you can camp in it. So keep that in mind also. Okay, thank you very much.